Hello friends, it's Trevor, it's Avery, it's Pat, it's the citywide special. The wait is over. Flyers star prospect Matvei Michkov has terminated his KHL contract and will be joining the Flyers for the 24-25 season. How does this change the team's rebuilding plans? And what does Danny Briere have in store for tomorrow's draft? The Sixers select Duke guard Jared McCain with the 16th pick of the NBA draft. They also pick up center Adam Bona in the second round and sign undrafted Philly native Justin Edwards to a two-way deal. Where does the Sixers offseason go from here? The Phillies take 2 of 3 from Detroit. Spencer Turnbull's return to the rotation is short-lived as the right-hander lands on the IL with a shoulder injury. Christopher Sanchez is signed to a 4-year extension. Not much happening with the Eagles. Jason Kelce is enjoying retirement at Taylor Swift concerts. All that and more coming up right now. How's it going, fellas?
Pretty good. It's a nice week. It's not finally 98 degrees out and super humid, so feeling pretty nice this time of year for summertime in Philadelphia, but not too bad. Coming off a good weekend with the fellas and plus Hannah, going down to Wildwood, which was pretty exciting. That was a fun, supposed to be a little day trip, turned into a nice overnight stay, so that was a nice spontaneous trip there, which ended up turning out to be a great little weekend. But yeah, man, just chilling. Good news from the Flyers. Phillies keeping us on our toes, but yeah, man,
amped.
Can't complain.
Yeah, there's plenty to complain about.
Nah.
We just watched the Phillies game where they blew what was the lead? 3-0. They blew a 3-0 lead.
3-0, and then the umps fucked them over, and then everyone died.
Yeah, ended up losing 7-4. Kyle Schwarber, strained groin. Bryce Harper, last play of the game, comes up limp, grabbing his hamstring.
Yeah.
Doesn't look good. The Sixers are underwhelming so far in the offseason.
Big time.
And as we speak, the debate to decide the fate of the entire world is ongoing. And folks, I mean, by the time this is out, anyone that had interest in watching or listening to it will have already witnessed the debate. But it's depressing. So the Flyers are the one silver lining to everything bad in life right now.
Who would have thought?
And yeah, who would have thought? What a time to be alive, 2024.
It truly is a time to be alive.
Did not have Trump smugly admitting on stage that he had sex with a porn star on my bingo card.
While his wife was pregnant, which was
While
funny.
his wife was pregnant. Did not have, I did have Biden looking decrepit and old.
Yeah.
And not really being able to form coherent sentences.
88 will do that to you on the stage, well past your bedtime.
Yo, who do you think croaks first? Biden or Jimmy Carter?
Probably, if I had to guess, probably Biden.
You think Biden?
I mean, Jimmy Carter's like a cockroach. That man...
I mean, but you saw the report a couple weeks ago.
You could not put that man... That man's going to be at least 100.
Yeah, I think October he'll be 100.
Yeah, I could see him going all the way for that, for sure.
Yeah, Biden looks like he could collapse at any minute. He looks like he might not make it through the debate.
Well, he typically doesn't debate well. In general, he's got that stutter, and he's older, you know what I mean? So he's dealing with that. But I also think that he was coming in last debate when he was fighting Trump with no stress, right? He'd been, for lack of a better word, out of a job. You know, he was unemployed, just kind of relaxing in retirement, no real stressors like that. When you take that seat in the office, typically, obviously we didn't see that for Trump, but when you care about your job, it weighs on you. I mean, look at Obama. He looked great going in, but then his hair was fucking pure white after that. And that was only 8 years. He was still young now, but the stress of your day-to-day job is so heavy that wears on a young man. To be 80 years old, 84 years old and take that on, it wears, and it's showing a lot now. I think that he's doing the best he can to debate, but you're debating you got an 84-year-old debating a toddler who's got plenty of energy still, which people are going to love to see from a president, but the shit that he's saying it's still the same as what Biden's kind of rambling on about. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's just more clear and louder. That's it.
Yeah, they're both very incoherent.
Yeah, this is what a declining empire looks like, everybody.
Yeah.
This is the last days of Rome.
It's a lot of no you did, no you did, no you did, no I did, no you did. Wait, who we talking about? Like that's
it's the fall of Western civilization, man.
This is it. I mean, in Trump's words, we're a uncivilized country.
Get ready
now.
for the Chinese century.
Yeah,
everybody. We're a failing nation. In Trump's words, also, we're broadcasting live, so live you can hear us live from an egregious place.
Yeah.
How can you describe a place as egregious? What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
There's no thought process.
Nothing matters anymore. Yeah, we're all doomed. But at least we can still got sports. Everybody.
You can still drink beer in the basement. Have a hot South Philly basement.
You can still drink beer in the basement. You can still shoot the shit about sports with your boys, and that's
Yeah, we'll be turning this into a bunker soon enough, and we'll be all right.
Sounds like they're already doing that next door, man. They're going crazy over there.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Some kind of shit.
Yeah, well...
I do have one bit of good news today. Little Muhammad update.
Oh, you found him?
Well, here's the deal. So I'm going down to make my weekly Trader Joe's stop today, and I'm walking down there, and I look over the corner. I notice fucking food trucks at the corner. I was like, shit. And I wasn't sure if that was the same one or what was up. And then on the way back, I stop over, and not the same guy. However, I'm like 99% sure that it's the same truck, because I kind of can remember. I mean, all those halal trucks look the same. They have like the same graphics
but some
on
have
everything.
A different dent here and there.
But what I remember is, because it's like no credit cards, obviously, and I remember they have like a little piece of duct tape on the truck that just says like in Sharpie like no cards, and I remember that, and I was like, that's the same fucking truck. So I don't know, maybe like Mohammed just moved up to upper management or something. Maybe. It's like a younger guy in there now.
Maybe it's his son.
It's the same, yeah, maybe, but it's the same. Seemed like the same type of container, same food.
Did you try it?
Yeah, I got my usual chicken and lamb with
quality?
Rice. Yeah.
Consistency
just
is key.
Like, just like old times. So yeah, got my halal truck back. Things are on the up and up.
All right,
that's what's up.
Well, we'll take any win we can get at this point. It's a lull of sports and this time of year. So any little thing, Muhammad, shout out to you keeping that food truck alive.
Yeah.
Maybe you expanded the empire and now you're just in the AC all day, which is nice as opposed to being in a little metal box. So. Good for you, man.
He might have moved up from a food truck to a storefront, man. He might have got promoted.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know.
Then you're too many eyes on you. You got to keep that shit.
No, but the storefront's nice.
Yeah, not as mobile though. You know what I mean?
But
you got to be able to get to where the hot crowds
He's
are.
in the same place every day. Anyway,
you have access to a bathroom in a storefront.
You got bathrooms in there.
In a food truck? No,
what do they do when they got to go to the bathroom?
You probably don't want to know.
So I can tell you. You
my
dad used to have
hot dog cart.
Yeah, my dad used to have a couple hot dog carts. I used to work on those with him. What you do when you got to go to the bathroom is you go find like the nearest public restroom, like a Wendy's, a pizza place, probably a CVS down there in Center City, maybe even Trader Joe's. You just do your business. You make sure like you lock up your cart. You just go.
Yeah,
but like a storefront's nice because you don't have to go that far. You'll have probably at least one other person in there. You can tell them to watch the counter.
That's true.
So the thing is, when you're working the truck by yourself, you're kind of just, you got to hope for the best.
You got to hope for a lull.
Yeah, that too. You got to hope for a lull. You got to hope no one comes and jacks your truck or comes and steals your money or your food or any of that.
You get that in between breakfast and lunch crowd. Otherwise, you could be out there for a minute then, I guess.
Plus, man, working on them trucks, you get hot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You get hot, you get stinky, you start sweating, get all dehydrated. Mm-hmm. It's not for the meek of heart, man.
That's true.
I got out of that game when I was 16. I was like, it's time to get me a job being a cashier, yo.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, that was too much for me. Although I still did it till I was like 18 or 19, but eventually it was just like, Pop, man, Dad, I love you, man. I got to move on.
This ain't for me.
I can't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it builds character.
It's not like the heat. I got fucked over by the heat this weekend.
Yeah, some people, even though you put sunscreen on, but burn, you don't look that, your legs still have some
better.
little burn.
It's on the worst part is over. But I did, as soon as I got home, the first thing I did was take a shower, but the second thing I did was order one of those, like, UV long sleeve shirts.
Yep. Oh, you'll be chilling next time.
And like a nice sun hat.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm prepared for next time.
Nice.
That's like, I'm just gonna put that shit on and not take it off the whole time.
You were eating the sun for a minute though. You seemed like you didn't care while you were out there until then. It was too late. Then...
Well, the fucked up part is that we had the shade the whole time available.
But it was cold under there.
Yeah, it was chilly. I was
toward the end. Well, once you get that nice little, like in the beginning, you're like, I just want to be hot so I can jump in the ocean. Then if I get a pee or just like cool off. But the ocean was super cold, and it felt good in the sun. But by the time you get like, oh, I'm ready for the shade, you're already burnt. Then the shade feels even colder on the little burnt skin.
And then when you got to pee, you go in the water. And then you're like, all right, I got to chill in the sun for a little bit because I'm all cold.
You don't want to get your pants wet because then you got to dry off again. It's a whole, it's a whole thing. But That's why, but not bad. We
It is
rocked
what
it
it
on the
is.
beach. We're there all day.
Yeah, even I got kind of burnt, dude.
Yeah.
I was burnt.
Damn.
Sun is
I was red.
unforgiving.
I was all itchy. I was
Yeah.
rubbing aloe on myself. Oh, and this was the worst. I had band practice on Monday.
Oof.
And the burn was mean, and the sweat and the sunburn don't play too well.
Especially on the shirt, you get a little like.
Yeah, the
grit
shirt
up
was
in
getting
there.
all matted and irritable. I was all itchy. We almost had to stop practice early, but I'm a warrior, man. I toughed it out. Game 7, baby. It was my flu
Hell
game,
yeah.
dude. It was my flu practice.
I had to go to the office twice a week, so I had to put every morning I woke up, I had to put lotion on my face, on my boat slips, all up on my arms, because every time I woke up, took a shower, like the soap just dried out my skin, and then it would make it real like flaky and all that from the sun and all that. But I feel good now. Got a little slight tan, nothing crazy.
Yeah, I'm feeling nice and dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't happen for me. It's just
Yeah, I saw
it's just
that.
pain.
That's a shame, man.
That's all right though. But it was a great weekend.
not
It turned out
made
to be a
for
great
this.
trip. Well,
Yeah, we
not the
did good.
Phillies. They did have
everything-
fireworks though after the game. I don't know why they did that.
Probably
Not
the most
worth it.
depressing fireworks show ever.
Yeah,
ever.
Jesus
Definitely.
Christ.
Lose
But,
that game and 2 of your best players are injured.
They did not deserve it.
Yuck.
It's probably a somber firework thing. But terrible game. I don't really know what happened.
Yeah,
Just fell apart.
well, yeah, I mean, it was
They
going
literally
great.
fell apart.
Wheeler's going into the 7th inning, 2 outs. Looks like he has the, third out there. Shitty call by the ump, and then that turns into 4 runs. And, just went even worse from there.
A lot of errors, infield errors.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah,
dumb
that
play.
one by Sosa was egregious.
that was bad.
Yeah.
That's the proper use of the word egregious.
Yeah.
Egregious. Yeah.
Yeah, just but I feel like we've seen this. Maybe not. I mean, the injuries we can get to it as well, but the small, stupid mistakes. I feel like we've seen them do that after some series wins and things like that in the past. This
Especially
season,
against the Marlins. It's always against the
they
Marlins.
give up shit, and
Yeah.
the Marlins give us trouble. We could be a shitty
I feel like it's
team.
usually in Miami that we do poorly, but
I think at home last year too that they were kicking our ass for some shit. Which
Until
doesn't
that
make any
playoff
sense.
series,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah, it's one
then
of
you
those
you
things.
throw injuries on top of that, and it's just
Yeah,
whatever
so
can go wrong will go wrong.
Kyle Schwarber leaves the game with a groin strain. And then last out of the game, Bryce Harper pulls up Gimpy with his hamstring, which, we just saw Trey Turner be out for, what was he out for?
Like
Almost 2 months.
7 weeks. Yeah.
The only good thing is you got the All-Star break coming up, so that should give you some
And that's like
time.
a week, though. Like,
Yeah, but that it gives you some time. Also, we don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
we'll
still
know more
TBD.
tomorrow.
It could be
They didn't give any kind of update tonight,
Yeah.
so I guess they'll probably get
Probably
I don't
get
know,
MRIs tomorrow
and
morning.
shit. And,
Yeah, I mean he
Ugh.
did trot off okay and looked decent, but again, you never know.
Especially to get injured in a in a game that was going that poorly to begin with is like
Right.
the worst. It's
And
not
on the
even-
last play of the game, it's
Yeah.
like, dude, you could have. Like, I'm all for players hustling and going for it, but sometimes you just got to be smart and save yourself for the
Yeah.
next day.
If we had men on base and no outs, fine, but 2 outs already, you can see where the game's going. You're down by 3.
that sucked.
It's tough. So that stinks. He was having almost an MVP caliber year.
Yeah,
He
it's coming
was.
down
He
to
absolutely
him and
was.
Otani. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's not maybe it's not going to be as bad as it looked, but
I mean, he
sure
was
didn't
on
look good.
He was on an absolute tear. Home runs,
Yeah.
5 home runs the last couple games. He's just been
Yeah, he's probably
Killing
going to
it.
win Player of the Month again for June, even if
Definitely.
he sits out the last couple games. I would be surprised if he doesn't.
yeah. So it sucks to see. We'll have to hold our breath till Monday, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
Or,
yeah, we'll know tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
my bad.
tomorrow,
That
but-
fucking debate's got my brain all fucked up.
Yeah, you're up there like
You're
buying.
up there,
like,
yeah, you're up there.
But the-
Going,
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper, son.
yeah, it looked like he was going to be the MVP, but he was kind of fucking hamstring. But he might be okay.
So Marlins hit the series first game. No big deal.
yeah.
The lineup tomorrow is going to be brutal. I bet.
Yeah, could
Yeah,
be.
no Schwarber or Harper.
That's going to be an
JT's
ugly,
still
ugly
out.
lineup.
Yeah, it's gonna be could be an ugly couple of weeks here.
Ugh.
But at least they're good reason why they got that big lead in the division. So hopefully you can withstand a little.
Weather the storm. Hopefully the
Yeah.
bullpen can give you some.
Yeah, bullpen had kind of a rough
can give
one
you some
today as
help.
well.
I know. Even fucking Jeff was just
Yeah, cousin Jeff was
first 2
bad.
pitches he threw was a home run and a double.
Strom was
Or a single.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess those guys both had sub 1 ERAs for a while, so you kind of expect some regression to happen eventually. So not the No reason to panic or
Just poor
anything. It's
timing.
just, it's
Not
just
the end of the
a lot of
world.
bad things happening
Right.
at once.
Had you had the bullpen fall apart, but everybody be healthy, okay, no big deal. We'll give him tomorrow. But the bullpen fell apart, and 2 of your key players went down, while a third is already down. That's brutal to the Marlins at home.
Yeah, and then, I mean, we had Turnbull. So, well, hold on. Because we had some good injury news when Taiwan Walker
I know.
hit the DL, or IL, I'm sorry, don't come cancel me.
Ableist.
He hit the IL for a blister on his finger. This guy, dude.
I got blisters
This
on
guy,
my fingers.
first, it's a ball hits his toe, and he can barely walk.
Yep.
And then, it's, oh yeah, I have a blister. I can throw all my pitches but my splitter, but this blister's too bad. I have to go to the IL. It's like, this guy, dude, we're paying him all this. Well, we aren't. The team is.
Yeah.
Not my money. The team's paying him
With
all this
inflation,
money.
I gotta pay this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking Joe Biden. Once Trump gets in, we won't have to pay Taiwan Walker all this fucking money anymore.
Yeah, owe me $5. Where
Yeah.
my $5?
Where my $5?
Where's my $5 at?
Yeah.
But nah, like this guy, man, like the toe, a blister on his finger. When he does pitch, he pitches badly.
Terrible.
I'm so over this guy, dude.
Well, we're stuck with him.
They need to keep, like, I know right now everyone's injured. They need to transfer him to the 60-day IL.
Maybe they'll
and
make
just
him play
banish
first.
him, dude. He can't play
Put him at
first.
first base. Put him at first base. Let him sit there for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He's, ugh.
Yeah, so I guess what's gonna happen? I guess they're gonna move Bohm to first, and I guess So play third.
Trey at
Trey at short, Stott at second.
that covers. Well, yeah,
that doesn't
covers,
change
and then
that
you got
much.
a DH.
Yeah.
Although Sosa gets exposed like that after a while.
Yeah, and then I guess at the
Maybe you
I
bring
mean,
up-
if they go on the
bring up
IL,
Clement
they'll
for-
bring some people up.
Yeah,
bring
Cody
it-
Clemens is
bring
probably
Cody.
coming up.
Or you put
Maybe
Castellanos.
maybe Rojas is coming back.
You put Castellanos
If
at DH.
if
and then
Schwarber
put-
and Harper go on the IL, then again we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe
see
they
what they
call
say.
up one of these minor league kids that is playing
I mean,
good.
yeah, I mean they could. Them bringing, Harper looked pretty rough, but the Schwarber thing that may have just been precautionary. We'll see.
Well, now's
you
a
know.
chance to really make a move then for the trade deadline.
Yeah, it's
Now
getting
more than ever,
important
it
now,
seems like you might want to bring somebody in.
And we got another month before
Still,
the deadline.
but you got to be chomping at the bit now because you guys are dropping like fucking flies.
Yeah, Crook was saying
Trey, JT, Harper, Schwarber. I mean, you've lost key pieces. Whether we don't know again the length of Schwarber and Harper, but the fact that 4 of your main guys have gone down to start the season, and they started off hot, which is great. It's not a good look
yeah.
without any really backup plan
Yeah, I mean, like,
for that amount of people.
most of their depth in the minors is lower, so you'd have to really feel confident in one of these guys in
They're
Double A.
pups. They're young.
But, I mean, that's what Rojas was last year, and he ended up being a contributor up until the World Series, so,
Yeah.
like, it could happen. But,
There's a lot of holes to fill.
yeah,
So-
I think they have to start looking at someone either in the rotation.
If only we had a utility knife guy that we kept hearing about.
Oh,
maybe we
Whit
picked him up.
Merrifield?
Yeah, that guy can't utility knife my head. We're lucky if he's a fucking spoon half the time. He can't do shit.
Whitmer fraud, yo.
Ass. I like that.
Yeah, he is not very good. I was very excited when they got him, too, but,
He could play the outfield, play the infield, he could hit. I can't do shit.
nah,
He hasn't done anything.
he's been like a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, no good.
But yeah, so then we had Turnbull. As soon as Walker goes down, I'm like, oh yeah, this is Turnbull's chance to shine. Then how he's out, you heard how long they said he's
Yeah, it
going
might
to be
be
out?
6 weeks.
Yeah.
6 to 8 weeks.
And he said it did. It's funny because when they interviewed him after that game, he was like, it got tweaked, but I just didn't feel right, so I just wanted to come out in case I did any more damage. But it must have really messed up his arm or whatever he did, because like he didn't present that way after the game.
Yeah, he seemed
he
fine.
was like, nah, like I just tweaked it. I don't like playing here. I get hurt every time I'm here. Okay, whatever. That's kind of weird. And
He's
now
also got like a history, so I think they're just want to be extra careful with him.
But Ricky Metallica was like worried about his pitch count throughout the year. So
Yeah,
he was
I
like,
mean-
bringing him back up. How long can he last?
Yeah, I
Literally,
mean that's
the
why
day
I
after
was.
he said that he goes
yeah.
out. Like,
I mean, that's
great.
why like originally when Walker came back and it was clear that they were going to slot him in the rotation, why I wasn't as furious about it as a lot of Phillies fans were, because I was like, well, I don't know if Turnbull can handle a full load for a whole season anyway, and maybe this is why.
Yeah, shoulders with pitchers are always scary. You can think of like
elbows one thing, but shoulders. That's a little
Roy
scary.
Halladay. He wasn't the same after his shoulder injury. Then The next year he was bad. Then he started taking drugs, and then he was like really bad. And a few years later he died. Right? Like,
Not many guys can handle full load.
not
like
not
that.
saying he died from shoulder pain, but it was a slippery slope.
It's that full
One
load.
thing leads to another.
Yeah.
The gateway drug,
So yeah,
as
like,
they say, I guess.
the shoulder injury is the gateway drug. But nah, man, it's a shame. Like, I don't know. Do you think they need to go more after outfield help or pitching help right now?
I think they have to get the outfield.
Yeah.
I mean, Turnbull going down, whatever. Like that, you're not going to rely on him in the playoffs anyway.
Right. You lost Marsh for a hot minute too, and there's no. I mean, he won't be great. I doubt he won't be hurt at all throughout the remainder of the year. There's a chance he could also re-aggravate his hamstring again too. So he also went down for a hot minute. These are all guys that are like, he's the big contributing factor at the bottom of your lineup, and literally 1 through 3 pretty much has gotten some way.
I mean, the outfield was a problem before they had any injuries.
Right.
So I mean, that situation can only get worse until they pick somebody up.
Good point. Yeah, and the other thing is most teams don't have a fifth starter.
Plus, I feel like if you support the outfield, you should also that would also contribute to batting. You could usually give your pitching core a lot better buffer with good hits, and if you have an ace on the mound, but you lose games 1-0, 2-0 because you got nobody hitting the ball. Where if we can get that firepower back without, let's say, Schwarber and Harper for a while, we should still be able to put up runs on the board with whoever we have, with a better outfield or hitter as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's always it's incumbent on your guys that are still in to step up. I mean, Castellanos,
Oh shit, my trackpad's working again.
he's been a little better.
He's been killing it.
Yeah, he's been better. Trey isn't running great, but he's still hitting really well.
Yep.
And Wet Brandon was 4 for 5 yesterday, so these guys are going to have to step it up.
Definitely.
In place of some of the stalwarts of the lineup. And I don't know, I think they probably do really need to look at outfield help.
I think they bounce back tomorrow with a sloppy lineup. I mean, they're at home.
It's the Marlins.
The Marlins. They had the game in the bag. They probably just got a little lackadaisical and slacked off. I mean, to your point, Trevor, earlier, like they probably kept Wheeler in there a little too long, but
is that like 115 pitches?
Game's a game.
Like I mean, he should have been out of that inning, which is the shitty part.
But they've seen him pull it out so many times, so it's like, all right, well, maybe but all right, game's a game. Shit happens. We'll get it back after tomorrow.
Yeah, could be a little rough here for a few weeks, but the overall outlook is still,
The only good thing is it shows what you got beneath the, chrome plates and all that, right? We know that we're a great team when everybody's healthy and hot. Do we have guys back up that can play? And if anything, they get experience right now with a pretty light run here up until the All-Star game.
It's not really light. They get Atlanta next week.
Yeah, they're banged up too. But the thing is, we're both kind of we're not Atlanta and Philly like we were last year, healthy coming in hot. We have a pretty good buffer.
Braves did just lose to the White Sox tonight.
Right. So we're it's tough, but we didn't lose everybody. We're still going to be decent.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And I'd rather have it. It's kind of a better time of year to have these injuries now anyway than after the All-Star.
Yeah, you'd rather have them now. Yeah.
You got some time.
Yeah. Other news, Christopher Sanchez gets the 4-year extension.
Yeah,
well deserved.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's just been under the radar really fucking good. I mean, he's not like a big, sexy name or anything, but he's been doing his job. Statistically, his changeup's one of the best pitches in the league.
Yep.
He's been doing great. And
then he wheeled and dealed that day that he got signed, too. I think he went 6 or 7 innings that day, too.
Yeah.
Which was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to end up being underpaid when this is all said and done.
That's looking like it's going to be a steal.
It's always a good position
if he keeps it up and maintains this level of production, yeah.
Yeah, so this contract, right, it is worth $22.5 million across 4 years. It includes 2 club options after that, $14 million for 2019, $15 million for 2030. That's to cover what would be his first 2 free agent years. So think about it this way, right?
Oh, 2029.
Yeah, this is later. This is after the initial 4 years. So 2029 at $15 million, if he's still this good with inflation, that's going to be a steal, dude. Yeah. That's a steal now. As good as he's been.
The thing is, if Biden gets reared and the inflation goes up, it's going to look really good. But if Trump gets elected and saves America, then that might deal might That looks so good when the value of the dollar skyrockets.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Under the cold businessman president.
Unreal.
That's a good point, man. We'll all be working in coal mines and whatnot, though.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, Chris Sanchez, good for him. You know, the Phillies rewarded him. They signed him for $65,000 when he was a teenager.
Dude.
That's
well,
insane.
it's like same thing with like Ranger Suarez. Like, you know, they signed him for like fucking nothing.
Yeah,
when he was like
wild.
16 years old or whatever. Yeah.
That's like the wild thing is with the Sanchez contract. Apparently, the Phillies weren't really pursuing it. His agent came out. His agent said, "Yo, my client's ready to sign a deal with y'all." And like his agent probably could have pushed for more money, but at the same time, like $22 million when you're coming from, where's he from? I don't know where he's from. An impoverished Latin American country. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to me.
Big time.
That's life-changing money
$22
to him.
million, I'd take, you know.
I would take that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
what the
that's
fuck?
life-changing money where he's from. So, like, the agent was right to push for it. It works out for everyone. He gets a deal for him, his family. They're set.
Yeah.
Phillies
and
get
like,
he's still
pretty
pitcher.
young, so he could still
He could get
sign another.
27. Yeah.
Definitely.
He could still sign another deal, you know.
Or get overpaid for somebody and then get hurt, then he's even, more in the shade that way.
Yeah, $22.5 million guaranteed. He gets more after that with those player options.
Yeah.
Or club options, I'm sorry. So, yeah, good for him. He's been great. He's,
well deserved.
I dare say,
He had the second best ERA in the National League at the time of the signing too.
I think he
It
still
was
does.
Ranger, him, and Wheeler. Wheeler probably take a dip now, but I think
Yeah,
it's still
so
Ranger,
I think
Wheeler.
it's still Sanchez.
Yeah, Ranger Sanchez.
But what was I going to say? I dare say he's been our third best pitcher since the start of the last year. Nola was shaky last year, if you remember. We hated Nola last year up until the playoffs.
Nola's probably leveled himself out now if you count last year to this year. But yeah, Sanchez has been killing it. I mean, I think to your point, under the radar. I didn't really expect it, not the big sexy name. You're like, all right, he's doing great for like the 3 or 4 hole or 4 or 5 hole, but yeah, well deserved. Good for the kid. Tall, lanky man, great change up.
Yeah.
Get yourself some money.
Yeah, hopefully Rangers next, man. Ranger deserves it. And if I'm the Phillies, he's going to make the All-Star team. He's going to I shouldn't say probably win the Cy Young, but he's got a good chance.
He's sniffing it.
The Phillies should try,
Early sign.
Yeah, they should try. They should pull a Howie.
Yeah,
exactly.
They have to, otherwise.
But they don't typically like to negotiate in season like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to end up paying him a lot more. But it's a non-salary cap league. If Ranger can continue to keep up this pace,
I don't give a
and
shit.
he continues to deal in the playoffs, wins a Gold Glove, he deserves all the give him his flowers.
I think they also.
I like Ranger.
The Phillies also haven't shied away as an organization from like paying people what they're due. So like, even if he does go through the season and wins Cy Young,
they're not cheapskates.
Yeah, they're not gonna be like,
like the Rays or the fucking
the Marlins,
the A's,
right?
But I guess we should move on a little bit here.
Nah, we got to talk about
what's going on.
We talked about this at the bar on Sunday morning. About the Phillies being on streaming services.
Okay.
That was so corny. We were trying to watch the game.
I mean, this is like a trend with sports, like in general. This isn't
Big
even
time.
just with MLB. Like the NFL, you gotta have 5
All
different
these different fucking
streaming
apps and streaming services are getting brutal.
It's
They're
outrageous.
getting out of hand. Roku TV? You kidding me?
Roku TV. Yeah, what the fuck is
Apple-
that?
I could have watched that if I was home, so I can't be too mad about it.
I have a Roku TV. I could have watched.
didn't
it.
I
realize
didn't
that
have Apple TV until this past Friday. Shout out Siobhan and Chris hooked me up.
Yeah, I have Apple TV only because my parents got it. So
I got Apple
they're,
TV.
like,
I didn't realize
the
they even
family
had
plan.
Roku TV until I just logged in at the bar and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I do have this shit.
But when we were at the bar in Wildwood, and that guy was we were sitting with.
He was cool.
That dude was nice enough to buy us a
Hell
whole round
yeah.
of drinks.
Yeah, he was the man,
shout out
dude.
to whoever that guy was.
Did we get his name?
I don't know.
Couldn't tell
I don't
ya.
think so.
We should
I
have
guess
given.
not.
Oh, if he would have been a good guy to give a pod stick or two, he could
Yeah.
have told all his homies down there.
But he was talking about how his dad's 91 years old.
Yeah.
And it's like trying to explain. Yeah, and it's like it's fucking ridiculous.
He was like, it's America's pastime. All this dude wants to do is watch
You
baseball.
you pay for cable. You should be able to turn on your fucking TV and watch the game.
Yeah.
You're asking this.
Another worst thing is, like, say you don't have cable, you want to go out to a bar to watch the game, the fucking bar can't even
Yeah,
put the
that
game
was
on.
horrible. We were watching it on my man's your phone and his
Absurd.
phone.
Phones, yeah.
This little
Absolutely
screen.
absurd.
Yeah. He's like, I got to tell my dad to do this. He's like, we got on the Roku TV, but like the fact that every time you log in, it has to then send you you log in on your phone, you take a picture of the TV, then it sends a code to your email. He's like, I can't tell my dad to do that. He's 91 years old. Like, he just wants to sit in front of the TV, watch the Phillies play baseball, take a fucking nap.
Dude, I'm fucking 35 years old. That shit confuses me.
Right. Yeah, it's so frustrating, too.
That technology is already passing my ass by.
Like, man. I need an app to watch everything now.
Right.
Yeah.
I need Amazon Prime to watch the WNBA and Thursday Night Football. I need Apple TV to watch the Phillies. I need Roku TV to watch the Phillies. I need regular cable to watch certain things.
Sometimes Peacock to watch football.
Yeah, you need Peacock sometimes to watch the Phillies in football. Like, what is this?
It's brutal. Amazon, you said Amazon TV?
Yeah, I need Prime to watch the WNBA. I need regular cable to watch NBA TV.
And now
I need to pay for League Pass.
Well,
one or the other. Like,
NBA
I need Roku to watch the fucking jail channel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, that is an outrage. Jail should come on cable TV.
Big time. Sometimes they got that shit on HBO. You're watching games on HBO. They're just scattered around everywhere for no reason.
Yeah, it's bad enough regular cable is expensive, so now I got to pay for that, and I got to pay for all this other nonsense. Yeah. It's horrible.
I mean, I feel like part of it is that I'm always seeing stuff about how a lot of these streaming services are, not exactly economically viable, because it was basically like Netflix came out and everyone just kind of scrambled to copy the Netflix model, but it's kind of created this bubble where they're not really profitable.
They're all losing money.
They're losing money. And so I feel like they're all trying to make these like deals with sports leagues to try to keep themselves afloat or whatever. And it's just kind of like kicking the can down the road. It's like at some point this shit's going to blow up.
Yeah.
And we're just going to go back to just having cable or whatever and get rid of all these streaming services. I hope it happens sooner than fucking
Hulu
later.
used to be great. I would buy the extra package during like sports
you could
season
get the Hulu
to get
live
the live
package,
TV,
and it wasn't that much money, and you had everything.
It was less than cable, and you could still watch other shows, and you could get every sports thing. If it was on NFL Network, if it was on whatever, every football game, basketball, whatever. Then one by one, it was like, well, now Amazon's going to buy up the rights to Thursday Night Football, so now I got to get my Prime up with the TV. Yeah. Then it's the fucking Apple TV. You want to watch the Union in the playoffs or Union anytime? Apple TV. Like, come on, man. Like, it's just brutal.
It's infuriating.
Then
you got to watch. Going to shit.
Right. Then when you don't want to watch, let's say there's no game on, you're like, well, let me see what this Apple TV or anything else has. It's all bullshit ass shows anyway. Half that shit it's not even good or entertaining. So you're spending $10, $12 a month.
Yeah, just to watch sports mostly.
Right.
And I'll watch the occasional show, but yeah, a lot
Not
of it
for
is
what I bought the thing for.
Yeah, a lot of it's for these sports packages.
Right.
I'm waiting for them for one of these leagues to start broadcasting games on the Criterion channel.
Yeah.
Which I do have.
Fucking Fubu.
It's not pretentious, but yeah, Fubu. Yeah,
Fubu. Come on.
Tubi.
Tubi.
I was gonna say TiVo. TiVo's 20 years ago.
Tubi. Do you ever browse around on Tubi?
No.
They have some weird shit on there. It's pretty funny.
Damn.
Yeah, Peacock used to be
Tubi's
like that
at least
too.
free, but they do have ads. Yeah.
It's just wild right now.
Yeah, I
Pornhub's
remember
got games. You're like, what the fuck's going on over here? But nah, it's just crazy.
Lingerie League.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's still a thing.
I don't think so.
I don't know if it is. Yeah, I feel like
I think
in
2024,
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, equal opportunity, of course. Let them go at it. Yeah, whatever.
Well, the thing is, if they want to keep that going, they just have to create a men's lingerie league.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, equal
just
opportunity.
Just
there
have
you go.
I mean, they keep trying to revive all these stupid like non-NFL football leagues. Like they try to bring back the NFL, the
XFL,
UFL,
the AFL.
They combine them into like the USFL or whatever the fuck it is. It's like, guys, you want people to tune in to watch men play football that's not the NFL. Yeah, just have them all wearing thongs and leather or whatever.
Just
have it be
chaps.
just have it be like flag football with assless chaps,
but only one flag right between the cheeks.
Yeah. They have to squeeze their butthole together to keep the flag in there.
We're talking about men's league here. So.
Yeah, we're talking about men's. Yeah, it's fine. We're not crossing any lines here. We're talking about guys.
You put one in the ass and one in the belly button. That's the two flags. That's where you go. You know what I mean? Run around.
You'd be ripping off hair if you put it on with Velcro. How would you put it on? That's how you put it on in regular flag football.
You just stick it right in the belly button, like a little bingo.
So you You like really just
You
jam
wouldn't
it
really
up
be able to
there.
run around. They
Yeah.
probably just have the regular belts with the Velcro thing. Yeah, but
American Dream,
but with assless
yeah.
chaps.
On a whole separate network too. It would be you'd have to buy a whole other subscription.
Yeah,
as
it'd probably be on Tubi. Tubu? Tubi?
Tubi.
Fubi?
There's Fubo and there's Tubi.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
mixing them up.
Yeah, Fubi.
There's Pluto.
Tubo.
Pluto TV's
Pluto
out there
TV.
too.
This is
I don't know what the fuck
outrageous,
they
man.
have.
Yeah.
Sling, that's one of them.
Sling is
yeah.
another one. Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, this is the world we live in.
Yo, if Trump wins, he's gonna get rid of all this.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. That's what they got to run on.
Well, that and
Get rid of all this
allowing us to keep our
nonsense.
gas stoves.
Cable's
Yeah.
about to be making
Get
a
my
comeback.
Gas stoves. No more games on streaming services.
Not on all, but just
Yeah, make
consolidated again.
Yeah, bring back Melrose Diner.
Apparently,
That ain't happening.
no, that's already
Yeah.
that shit's leveled.
Yeah. Well, okay, whatever. We probably should move on to.
Yeah, let's move on. Do we want to move on to?
I say we do the Sixers, so it's like bad news,
Yeah, I agree.
mediocre
I
news,
agree.
and then good
Yeah.
news. Yeah.
I agree.
So the Sixers had their draft last night. I feel like most people did not expect them to actually use that pick.
There weren't a lot of trades, period.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot. It wasn't
handful,
very
but
active.
nothing crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you had.
I think the biggest news came before the draft with Mikal Bridges going to the Knicks.
Yeah, that was the
sucked.
big trade.
That just sucked.
Well, yeah,
I mean-
I guess we can back it up before the draft. The Knicks make a couple moves that made Sixers fans want to kill themselves. So Mikal Bridges gets traded from the Nets to the Knicks for a ridiculous package.
It was 7 picks in a swap or 6
Yeah.
picks in a
Yeah.
swap.
Well,
I
Yeah.
forget.
team trade though, was it the Bucks that were involved, or wasn't someone else
No,
involved?
I think it was just the Knicks.
I think the net. Someone ended up doing. I think the Nets ended up doing something with Houston afterwards.
Oh,
yeah, they had to
okay,
do
okay.
something. I think the Knicks. The trade's not official yet. I think the Knicks still need to get someone involved to like spread the salaries out a little bit.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
And
But
then
either way, it's going to
yeah.
go down.
It's
So
a
that
deal in
happens,
principle
and
or some shit like that, yeah.
So that happens, and we're all thinking, well, probably never really had a chance at Mikal Bridges anyway.
I'm
but
thinking, well, the Walt Whit doesn't look too bad today.
But you're thinking, hey, well, maybe the Knicks can't really afford to keep OG Anunoby. Maybe he's in play. Nope.
They signed
him back too on a discount.
They gave him a ton of money.
200
They gave him a ton
20
of money, but he
yeah.
probably could have got a max somewhere else. If
Yeah,
he
we would
wanted.
have given him a max.
220,
Yeah.
something like that.
But so Knicks getting stronger. They are just recreating the the Villanova team. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I think Sixers fans are kind of overreacting to all that because it's like, I mean, yeah, it sucks that one of your rivals got stronger, but I mean, we had zero chance at landing either of those players.
Yeah, you weren't going to give Mikal Bridges.
No, I
the
mean,
Sixers didn't have enough picks.
Yeah, if they had given the Nets that package for Mikal Bridges, everyone would have been ready to kill Daryl Morey.
Right. I wasn't upset because it surprised me. I mean, it kind of was, they were. What do you expect? They got 4 of the 5 guys on that team anyway, or 3 to the 4 anyway. So like you kind of could see and he's in New York also, so he's probably like, fuck, I'm the one of the shittier New York teams, and they're all having fun doing all this shit. It's just salt in the wound. That's all.
Yeah. But whatever. Life goes on, and then on the draft, Sixers make their pick at 16, and we get TikTok star Jared McCain.
Yeah, what do y'all think of this?
I like it. I mean, a lot of people are bad. I
don't hate it.
Kind of down on it. I mean, at that point there was probably 4 players to choose from. Realistically, I mean, I can understand people who maybe thought they should have grabbed. Was it Connect 4?
Yeah, Connect. I thought they were going to get
dots.
Connect
Yeah.
when I was I was barely watching it, but I thought they were going to get Connect.
But yeah, I mean, it seems like they really liked McCain. A lot of people are saying he's more than likely was the best shooter in the draft.
Well, Reed Shepard's been labeled the best, but McCain's right up there.
Yeah.
He's close behind.
Sample pool is probably low, I guess, to see about shooting wise. I mean, his stats are good.
Dude, he
but
shot 41%
Yeah.
from 3.
That's
No,
pretty
He had a
incredible.
couple 30-plus point games
He
in the
had
tournament.
3 30-plus games that led the NCAA last year, and the most in the tournament. And I think he tied Zion's record for most, I don't know, 30, whatever the highest scoring game was in the tournament. So doing all right. Average 50 points a game. So he looked look good.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it's
pretty
like,
much the only knock on him is that he's small. He's 6'2".
Yeah.
And you worry about, is he going to be able to actually play in a backcourt with
well,
Maxey?
here's why that's a problem. So you look who just won the finals, the Celtics. No guard in their lineup is under 6'4".
Yeah, they're big
Right?
boys.
Drew Holiday's 6'4". He's the best guard defender in the league, and he probably still will be for a couple of years. You look at the Knicks. Yeah, Brunson's small, but he's stocky. He's built. And then it's Hart.
They do say McCain is very strong.
He's mighty.
He's mighty.
He's
Yeah.
6'2".
He's got heart. That's what he's got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But they do say that he's like, doesn't get like bullied around.
yeah,
Like,
no,
you know what
I mean,
Well, he floats in space a lot, too.
this
He's not like...
this isn't a slight against him per se. I mean, it sucks because he's small. It's more just that they don't match up well with the other teams.
Well, the East is built bigger, for sure, especially the teams that we're going to be matching up against if we ever sniff the playoffs again. But,
They'll make the playoffs. They just probably won't make it very far.
I mean, like, if we make the playoffs in a real sense, we might get in the playoffs, no big deal. But
If you
like,
make a real run.
actually be there for a real reason.
Yeah,
You get,
make it past the second round.
You get the
Ugh.
7th, 8th seed. Woohoo! We made the playoffs, but like, we're not doing anything here. But I don't know. A lot of his like film and shit I've seen, like he floats around in space a lot. So like I don't know if that
He's
bully
good at
ball is going to
getting
work.
open.
He's really good at getting open. He can
Yeah.
shoot. I was watching a video the other day of him navigating screens. He moves around screens really well. He's pretty quick off the catch. He could probably be a little quicker.
He's a little dancer. He's good on his
But-
feet. All them TikToks. It comes out
Yeah.
and play that way.
But I've seen comparisons to Seth Curry, which I'm like, I've seen a couple to Steph. I think those are probably a little ambitious.
I did hear that the Warriors were really big on him.
They probably figured that's our Steph replacement.
Well, good train. I mean, it's like a Favre to fucking Rodgers right there, though.
What I will say, though, is he kind of seems like a Maxey in that
Yeah.
he's just a hard worker, whatever he
comparing
can
him to
do to
him.
reach his ceiling.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really know what his ceiling is, kind of like Maxey. Maxey's ceiling could be Dame Lillard. It probably is that high right now, right? But with McCain, who knows what his ceiling is? It just seems like he's a good kid. He's a hard worker. He'll do whatever he can do to get there. So, yeah, maybe he does reach his ceiling, and maybe we do have Dame Lillard and Steph Curry in our backcourt in 5 years. I doubt it, but...
Yeah. I mean, I will say, I guess the thing is, picking at 16, you're not going to get a guy that you're going to slot into your starting five. At that point, you just kind of want to get the best available. So I'm not that concerned about, like, is he going to be able to play well with Maxey or whatever? And it's like, I don't know. They'll have time to figure out lineups and all that kind of stuff. But I do like, how many times have we been sitting here complaining about the fact that the Sixers just fucking brick open threes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, he's
just a guy that can make those shots.
Yeah.
And he can dribble. He's not just
he's
not
not
just
the
a catch
best.
and
He doesn't have the best handle.
yeah, but he's not like strictly a
serviceable.
catch and shoot guy.
Yeah, it's not JJ Redick.
He can like shoot.
Yeah.
He can like pull up.
It's Seth Curry like in that regard. Seth
Mm-hmm.
wasn't great, but he was adequate.
Yeah. And like he's also shown some ability to be able to. I mean, it's not what he does most of the time, but has shown the ability to be able to drive to the basket when he has to. Yeah. And he's like, we'll see what happens in the NBA, but he's like been a pretty decent like rebounder.
Yeah.
That is true.
Definitely.
Like guy plays hard, works hard, good personality. Like
It checked all the boxes. I mean, wasn't a stretch pick. It was like you said, best available. I mean, I think it was a good. We'll see how it pans out. But it's good that he has a guy like Maxey, at the Sixers to be able to.
Going to see a lot of McCain Maxey TikToks for sure.
Yeah. We'll see how we feel about that. I do like a man that paints his nails, though.
I was just going to say, I feel like I like the nail painting thing is good because I feel like that'll just weed out a lot of like shitheads.
Yeah, look at this homo.
Yeah.
Like, get the hell out of here, dude. Leave the kid alone.
Yeah. I like the pick.
I'm lukewarm on it.
I think
I'm trending towards liking it more than not, but it's just the one caveat being we don't match up well against.
I mean, I think the other thing too is that people are just have the sour taste in their mouth from the fact that like the shit with the Knicks and the fact that we're looks like the Paul George dream is dead.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too.
Boston just won. The Knicks are like they're building a dynasty. We're just kind of like, can Embiid stay healthy?
And so like draft day rolls around and. Yeah, the guy that we picked at 16 is not going to fix all our problems.
Plus, Maury comes out and says, like, we're going to pump the brakes on trading before the draft and, like, figure out the draft. And, like, you didn't really...
Maury did say afterwards that we plan on being the best team in the East. I don't know if you guys saw anything about that.
He's smoking dope,
I did see that. I said, you know what?
But it was funny. I remember, like, that quote came out, and I remember people were, like, quoting it and stuff and being like, Maury must have something up his sleeves. I was like...
No, I don't think so. He has to say that.
He might just be saying shit.
He kind of has to say that.
I'm trying to keep an open mind. There's still a lot of offseason to go.
Yeah, we haven't hit free agency.
But
do you have to say that though? You could say a whole lot of other things after Boston just pretty much dominated the playoffs and won a championship. The Knicks are looking like they're pretty much in position to challenge the Boston Celtics for the best team in the East. Bucks are still what they are. You made it to the draft, and you're like, we're going to be the best team in the East for sure. Well, how could you take that seriously?
Maybe he does have something up his sleeve that no one knows about. I don't think so.
I mean, some of these, sometimes you don't know who's available until they're available. There could be some trades cooking up that we don't know about. Who knows?
I guess.
We'll see. I mean, we still got a lot of capital, cap space, draft capital.
That's something you say out of desperation. I feel like this is my last year here. I got to make everybody all pumped up.
He's signed into like 2028 though.
Yeah, well,
I think he's going to be around for a while.
Unless he really screws up, which he could. I think he
has a chance to really fuck this up, I'm not going to lie. He has to really either
I don't disagree, but we'll see. I mean, with free agency starts Sunday. So, right? Sunday at 6 p.m. The tampering period, I think, starts Saturday.
The start end of June or beginning of July?
This Sunday.
Time to tamper.
So, we'll see what happens there. I mean, they're obviously not the favorites for Paul George. There was that Shams Charania report that said their interest has significantly waned.
Yeah.
I think they got signs that Paul George probably doesn't want to come to the East Coast. He probably wants to stay in L.A.
Definitely. Why would you come over here?
The Lakers drafted Bronny, so that dream is clearly dead.
Yeah.
Apparently, Jimmy Butler was never serious about leaving Miami. He was just posturing.
Yeah.
Who's that? That leaves Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, Klay Thompson,
we never
baby.
really... he's washed. He's older than us.
I'm just saying... You said who's out there. We don't,
Oh, I have a list of free agents. I won't really go through the whole list, but... Yeah.
Andre Drummond.
Well, he might come back as
I wouldn't mind bringing him back.
Well, no, hold on. Before I get to free agency, what about Adem Bona?
Adem Bona.
Yeah.
I like Adem Bona.
I like that guy.
I was watching some of his highlights. He's an active body, dude. He can jump. He can run.
I did see that guy, what was it, Kevin O'Connor? He was like, whatever. But like he did put out a tweet that was like, this is going to be the best backup center that Embiid's had to play with. We'll see. I don't know.
Better than Obama?
Yeah, perhaps even better.
It probably will be. I'm sitting here thinking Horford was a good backup center. He was just overpaid.
I don't know. Andre Drummond was a good backup center. I liked him when he was here. He did well.
Yeah, he was on a vet minimum. He was fine.
In the Embiid era,
yeah,
I would say he's probably been
the best. They won some games with him.
Yeah.
Montrezl Harrell. Arguably
the
best, second best probably center we had. Yeah.
Now, I think this means the end of B-Ball Paul, though.
Yeah,
probably.
This is a shame. I love B-Ball Paul, but he's due to make, he's due to make $8 million a year. This guy, they're going to end up paying like a second-round pick. They're going to end up paying him maybe $1 million, $2 million.
$5.
Yeah, they might as well. But nah. So yeah, I think B-Ball Paul's going
to play basketball.
I'm still laughing. That was a heavy ass burp.
It was. It hurt. But nah, anyway, so yeah. B-Ball Paul, I think, man, because that's $8 million they're not going to have to pay if they let him go.
Yeah, it's even more cap.
So yeah, I think
even more moves for moves. Yeah.
Adem Bona,
number one in the league in cap space, baby.
Yo,
making things
number
happen.
One team in the East. Here we come.
The best time to have cap space when the free agents are all butt.
They all suck. Yeah.
I guess Brandon Ingram. Do we even want to talk about Brandon Ingram? I think he's the most likely of these guys.
Yeah,
to become a
I will
Sixer.
say, I feel like it seems like Cope to just be like, oh yeah, he's actually might be pretty good. Yeah. But I mean, I'm not excited about him, but I do think the initial reaction to that name being thrown around, everyone's like, oh, it's just going to be another Tobias Harris, blah, blah. He's better than Tobias Harris.
I was looking at his stats.
Let's not get carried away here. He's better, and he would be a huge, maybe not huge, but significant improvement over Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
But, obviously, maybe not the caliber of player you're hoping to bring in when you have all this cap to work with and all that kind of shit. But I would not be that upset if they, snagged him on a reasonable,
it'd be a good deal. I mean,
a reasonable
it'd be all right.
trade.
Yeah.
Yo, here's his stats. They're actually not that bad. This is from last year. I've slowly been talking myself into this being okay, which probably says a lot about where we are as a franchise, as a fandom. But last year he played 64 games, which you'd like for him to play more when you know Embiid's probably not going to play more than that either. But he averaged 20.8 points, 5.1 rebounds. This was the thing that got me. 5.7 assists. He can handle a little bit. I don't remember that about him. He shot 49% from the field. But that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, he's not bad. He has a pretty good mid-range.
Yeah.
Yeah, 35.5% from three on... He needs to shoot more threes. If he's shooting that 36%, he's only shooting 3.8 per game. He needs to shoot like 5 or 6 per game. And then 80% from the line. It's actually pretty good.
Not bad. Yeah.
On this team, when you take Tobias and whatever the hell he was averaging, 14 points,
if that,
6 rebounds, 1 assist, you replace that with Brandon Ingram, who's younger and will actually shoot a catch and shoot 3. I could talk myself into it. I don't really want to. It's a shame that I have to, but
I mean, what else?
That's coping. That's coping as a Sixers fan in 2024. So we'll see, man. Free agency will be interesting. I kind of feel like Batum's coming back.
I would like Batum to come back.
I like a Batum.
I think I'm wearing my Handsome Kelly shirt.
He has to come back.
Yeah.
If they're going to have enough space that they could bring him back. They can give him a mid-level exception. He'll be making 12 or 14 million over a few years. He would take that, and they should take that too.
Yeah. What about Buddy?
Other people were talking about how Jared McCain is pretty much just like a hybrid of Oubre and Maxey.
He's a handsome kid, yeah.
He's
a handsome kid with energy, yeah.
Kind of like just yeah.
That makes sense. He does when he does go to the rack. He does have that little bit of that little scoop that Maxey does. Not as eloquent, but you can see glimpses of it there.
Yeah. Him and Maxey, personality-wise, I think they'll get along great.
Yeah,
and Maxey will probably teach him a bunch.
Good locker room,
What about Buddy?
I wouldn't bring him back.
With the way that you see
depends on how much.
You have McCain who can play the same role for a fraction of the price.
That's true.
Is he going to be an instant start? Well, I don't know.
Buddy was coming off the bench at the end.
Definitely. But
ideally, yeah. I mean, if Buddy Healy or Buddy Healed.
All right, Biden.
Buddy Healy. Zip it around.
My buddy Healed.
My butt.
We grew up and drove big cars together. No, if Buddy Healed is starting, then you're in a lot of you're in trouble.
I think Lowry's probably coming back since the Knicks are their roster's pretty full. They were the one team that was interested.
I would bring back.
I'll bring Lowry back. Definitely. He should be a backup at this point.
He was killing it. I mean,
he shouldn't be a starter.
No. Off the bench, but he's got that energy though that we needed for sure off the bench.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else they're gonna do. They have so many open slots. I tell you one thing. I hope they bring back Markelle Fultz. He's a free agent. He would be good, dude. He would be. You're not bringing him back to be what you drafted him as in 2017. You're bringing him.
You think he'd be able to handle it, though?
Yeah.
He's not bad. I think so.
He's a big guard. He's 6'5". He can handle. He can play defense. He can run the point. He'd be good. You could let Maxey run off ball screens or McCain run off ball screens. Yeah.
Just asking. That's all. A lot of emotional damage there, with that package.
Now, I would bring him back. I would not bring Ben Simmons back, though. I would bring, I think Dario's a free agent. Bring them all back,
I would love to have Dario back.
Dario could be a great stretch 4 right now.
I like Dario a lot. I bring Dario back, so you got Batum back. Let's just assume the probably definites are going to be Batum.
Well, he might still retire. Apparently, he's been playing pretty well in France, for the qualifying games.
He's doing
he's been hooping, yeah.
Let's just say of the guys that we had last year, most likely to come back, if not retire, Batum, right? Lowry,
Oubre. That's probably it. B-Ball Paul's gone.
Those are the main definite threes. B-Ball Paul's a flex given what they do later on, but trade value, whatever, probably won't be there. Is DeAnthony or anybody else like that?
Melton could come back because he's been banged up. No team's going to want to give him that much money.
He would stay back here.
He might come back for a 1 year prove it deal.
He does well when he's healthy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I forgot about him.
So you got 4 guys that, I mean, half that team when Embiid was out is a free agent, so we need to bring a lot of those guys back.
Yeah.
But I'd like them back in here.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, man. Free agency is going to be very interesting. I'm excited for it. Usually not that excited for it, but the Sixers actually have a ton of space to, like...
Yeah, they got room, they got money, and they got picks. So,
there's still the Kentavious Caldwell-Pope rumor, too.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of smoke around him coming here. He declined his offer, his option with the Nuggets, for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yep. But anyway, I think that's probably enough Sixers. We'll have more NBA to talk. Are we doing a pod next week? I guess we'll figure that out.
We'll see.
We probably should, but it's the holidays.
Yeah. I just found out I have Friday off there, too.
I think we were talking maybe Tuesday.
4-day week.
Like an earlier one.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it. We'll see. Well, either way, we'll have some NBA free agency
We might not
recap.
shoot down the shore till Thursday, so we'll see.
Well, we can talk about this.
Yeah. The listeners getting a sneak peek at our...
Yeah, getting a sneak peek of what we talk about after recording.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's move on to the big news in the
Anyway.
city.
Big news, baby. Big news!
Talk about the Russian invasion over here.
Fuck yeah.
Talk about open borders over here from the debate.
Yeah, fucking... Matvei Michkov is
Time for
coming,
bananas.
baby. Finally, it has happened, baby. Rumors were going around for a while. They were saying, like, it's going to be around this time in June. Sure enough, a few days ago, we get the news. He is fucking coming.
We got the news while we were at the bar down the shore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. While
That's
we were trying to
Wildwood,
watch
baby.
the fucking Roku TV. Yeah.
Love those Wildwood days.
Yeah, but out of his KHL contract, got.
Well, I get the Florida one for the Stanley Cup champions.
Yeah.
Shout out Sergey. Speaking of Russians,
yeah.
Shout out Sergey Bobrovsky.
A long Flyers tradition of watching our ex players that we trade away win the Stanley Cup.
Mm-hmm.
But shots to
Michkov, our boy,
baby, our boy,
the prodigal son. It's like he was never here, but he's returned.
But yeah, man, I am fucking amped. I am so excited about this. I thought it was going to be at least another year.
I think we all
At least.
we kind of all felt like it as this day approached. We recorded some pods where I'm like, I think it could happen.
Yeah, there's starting to be more and more smoke around
to it. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it really can't be overstated how much of a game changer this is. I mean, this is, going into last year's draft. We went over this at the time, but under normal circumstances, he absolutely would have gone number 2. And we got him at 7.
Yeah.
I mean, for years leading up to that draft, it was a lot of people were talking up as like, this is the Bedard Michkov draft. They played each other at World Juniors years ago. A lot of people say that Michkov looked even better than Bedard. Not saying that he's like going to be better than Bedard, but yeah, I mean, we have not had a prospect like this since Lindros. It's fucking crazy. It's like we finally have everyone's gonna have a reason to watch the Flyers this year. Yeah, man, it's fucking awesome. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see that guy play. He just has the vision, the puck handling, the scoring ability is just off the charts. Yeah, I mean, it's like the perfect answer to this decade of mediocrity of the Flyers. It's like, this is finally there's hope. There is some light at the end of the tunnel.
So one of the things I think I like most about him is just his attitude, man. He's got swag. Like, he plays with a passion that, aside from maybe Konechny, this team's kind of been lacking the last couple years.
Yeah, he's got an edge to him. And also, we've heard a lot about, is he going to get along with Torts and all this kind of
Oh, Torts is gonna love him because he plays hard.
He plays hard. He works his ass off.
Russian. What the fuck do you expect him to be?
Like a lot of these like Russian players, like are. I mean, even when like Provorov was here, like he turned
Torts liked him.
Yeah, I mean, he turned out to be kind of an asshole, but he like worked his ass off.
And Torts was cool with
these
him.
insane off-season workouts. Yeah, it's funny that like Michkov is finally getting into like weightlifting and shit. But like he's like working his ass off. You know. Yeah, I don't know. Without words, I'm just like so fucking excited for this shit. Like like fucking Flyers hockey is back. Not saying they might still be quite mediocre next year. It's only one player. It's not gonna turn them into contenders anytime soon. But it's like the wheel. Like we're finally starting to like
we're on the up.
Turn the key.
Yeah,
things are happening. They're. I think he's really going to push them into relevance. They're going to be a team to talk about because he's playing for them. Yeah. And we got the fucking draft coming up tomorrow. It's like so fucking great. It's like he's coming over and then like bam, right afterwards, now the draft's coming. You could pick up another good guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We got, there's been all kinds of rumors going around. Danny Briere's been trying to move up. I don't know if you guys have seen this, like, apparently he was
with Columbus
trying to work out a trade with Columbus to move up to 4.
I was going to bring this up.
He was like talking to Seattle, move up to 8. Like he was talking to.
Well, there's that Senators deal we talked about last week,
which seems like it's kind of fallen through. I mean, who knows?
But he's trying though.
He's active, which is good to see. It's all
you know what he's trying to do? He's trying to get Demidov and Michkov in the same team and the same offense.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he wants to move up to grab a center, which makes sense. It kind of the way it's shaking out, it kind of feels like if they can move up, they'll be able to get a good center. If they stay where they are, they'll probably be able to get a good defenseman, unless like Berkeley Catton's still there at 12. We'll see.
I really want them to Yakimchuk, dude. Yakimchuk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. I've been looking at a lot of mock drafts and stuff, and it seems like
like he's going to go before the Flyers pick.
Yeah, like the first. 3, 4 are pretty indifferent. I mean, obviously, Celebrini's going 1. And then after that, it's like I've seen some mocks have Demidov going 2nd to the Blackhawks, which
I've seen him as low as like 6.
Oh, really? Yeah. Some have him going 3, some have him going 4. So, yeah. So after like 1 or 2, it's kind of like a crapshoot. But, yeah, I have seen some drafts have, like, Yakimchuk going 6. Some have him going 14. It's just kind of all up in the air. But it's nice to see Briere's being aggressive. And they seem to have, like, a couple guys late, up there that they think are worth moving up for.
I'm sure some team's going to reach, and it's going to alter the board, too, right? Because, I mean, different leagues, but the NBA, no one had Zach Edey going to Memphis at 9 or 10.
Right.
And after that, like, a lot of guards started to fall. Like Isaiah Collier, like, he went to the Jazz, like, 29. I would have loved for the Sixers to have gotten him, but guys will fall. So, yeah, what I'm hoping is that some team overvalues, I don't know a lot of the prospects' names in the NHL, but I'm hoping some team overvalues someone enough that Yakimchuk falls, or that we get T.J. Ginla, like I was saying last week. I don't know. I really like him. Probably because of his dad.
I definitely don't think he's getting the 12.
No, I don't think he's getting past the Flames unless we trade up.
Yeah,
the Flames are what? 9?
I think they're 9, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think Danny's trying to trade up for him. Maybe
regardless of what happens, I think the Flyers are going to get a pretty damn good player tomorrow.
Yeah, and someone that'll play in the NHL next year, which is important.
Yeah,
I mean, they might get 2 guys because you got the 31st pick.
Yeah.
Or 32nd because Florida won. Yeah, the 32nd pick because Florida won.
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw the deal that Danny was trying to make with Columbus was he was trying to move up, like, the 12th pick, obviously, and then a roster player.
I have it pulled up.
We don't know who. And then they have 2 first-rounders next year, and I think the hang-up was he wanted to give him the Avalanche pick that we got from the Walker trade. And I think Columbus wanted our actual first rounder for next year.
Makes sense.
Which will probably be somewhere from 10 to 15 again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they rejected that, but it's still. I mean, they're still talking. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. We'll see.
What do you think of possibility of the Flyers trading for Zegras.
That'd be spicy.
That'd
Very,
be cool,
very spicy.
right?
I love the idea because you know how like Torts has talked about how he hates the Michigan.
Yeah, but I think Torts would be cool with it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, also like, and it also seems like Torts is kind of in the twilight years of his coaching, right?
He's laid back,
and like I feel like he's definitely a little more laid back about shit like that. But it would be very funny to see between him and Michkov, two guys that are prone to doing the fucking Michigan. That would be very funny.
But Zegras would be a great center on this team, though.
Oh yeah, it would cost him a pretty penny. But
Yeah, although wasn't. Maybe I'm making this up. I feel like I remember hearing that before we traded Gauthier for Drysdale, that Zegras was on the table.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe I'm making that up.
I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, like, because, like, Zegras is boys with Cam York.
Right, yeah.
And Drysdale, yeah. So.
Bring him on in,
I don't
dude.
know. But, yeah, but it seems like everything I've been hearing is that, like, the Flyers have been, like, probably the most active in trying to make trades happen before the draft and at the drafts. So I feel like something's going to go down.
Well, you have to figure free agency. The Flyers are kind of strapped right now in terms of cap space.
Yeah, they're right up
so
against the cap.
They have to shake up room somehow or make their acquisitions via the trade market.
Yeah, I mean, they're up against the cap, which will get better in the next couple years.
Which is funny to think.
They have a lot coming off the books in the next 2 years. But yeah, because, I mean, they've been, in some of the trades they've been making, they've been taking off cap space to get value, and that's kind of what you do.
And then Ryan Ellis is eating a bunch.
Yeah. But yeah, they'll have a lot coming off the books in the next year or two. So they're obviously not going to be able to, like, really play the free agent market this year, which is fine. They don't need to be doing that right now.
They'll be like the Sixers. They'll bank their cap space for next year.
Yeah.
It'll be more worth it for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, overall, it's like a fucking exciting time. Like,
I'm excited for the NHL draft tomorrow.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'm definitely more excited for the NHL draft than the NBA draft. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I was excited for the NBA draft, but it put me to sleep. I fell asleep right after the Sixers made their pick.
I got very bored with it.
Yeah.
After a while, I was like, "Why am I still awake? Why am I still watching?"
Oh, I fell asleep as soon as the Sixers made their pick.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. I wasn't even really drinking. Like, I drank a little bit last night. I had one beer. This is so boring.
It's also, most drafts are boring, but not like the NFL draft, which is like pretty exciting, but it's just tiring. I don't know half the people that are in there.
But tomorrow I think the it's in Vegas. I think are they in the Orb?
They're in the Orb. Yeah.
And they're all wearing the same suit and shit at the table, looking all weird and thing like that. Come on. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I do like it.
No, I'll watch it tomorrow.
It's nice to be
that's like
because the Flyers have 2 first-round picks, so I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
I'll probably be flipping between that and the Phillies and following it on Twitter.
That's like my most like.
But even the pick name it's not as like exciting as other drafts. It's like, okay, like, we'll see what's up.
I mean, that's probably my most like nerdy sports shit is that I do get really excited for the NHL draft.
Oh yeah,
at least it's not the baseball draft.
Oh yeah, well, that's like nothing.
That's the worst draft in professional sports, I think.
Yeah.
Last year that we were here for Michkov, that was a great draft.
Yeah.
But we envisioned.
Yeah, we were recording the pod when they drafted Bonk. That was funny.
Yeah.
His one of the other defensemen from London Knights is probably going to go like top 10.
Okay.
I forget what the fuck is his name.
Unite Bonk and his boy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, I would rather see us get a center.
Yeah, that's like definitely the biggest organizational need. But, they're also kind of in a position where you might want the best available and just see what happens.
It's also nice, too, that after we got the little surprise flair, too, last season with the Flyers, and then also get Michkov back this season right now, which is nice.
Yeah, like
they came off almost a playoff push
to the last game.
I think with him here, I think they could. We could have been
a playoff team, right? So now you get.
So like they might not.
Won't be the whole team again.
To start to see because you're never going to have Sean Walker,
right? But it's still like an exciting, at least back-to-back season where you get him back earlier than you expected.
Yeah,
the Flyers look better than expected. Who knows who they draft? But it could be exciting in this season. It will definitely be exciting this season to go out to the game.
Dude, I think they might mess around and make the playoffs.
Maybe.
I'm not calling it yet, though.
Is that a banana shot yet?
Let's wait.
We'll have to see
I was going to call Sixers 1. I don't remember what it was.
Well, now you're all.
No, I can't call it. I'm like Biden. I'm forgetting things on stage in front of the people, in front of the crowd.
I was gonna, Biden's like, I was gonna drink 99 bananas. We used to, when I was in Delaware, I was
gonna invade that bottle of bananas. Then the bananas started talking to me.
It's like a liqueur. It's a liqueur.
They're like,
it's not a liquor. It's not a liquor.
They're like, Avery, how do you respond to that? You're like, I don't even know if he knew what he was saying after that.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's got bananas.
I don't even know if he was saying what he was saying.
It's got bananas in it.
Oh.
If you like apples, you can get 99 apples. Because that's what America is. We have choices. We have freedom.
The best part is that
the
he's looking at
over.
The best
you got 99 apples. You got bananas. You got.
He's looking over here the whole entire night.
You can get 99
He's
coffees.
doing what Trevor's doing right now.
Yeah.
The camera's right there, and he's looking over here.
You can get 99. You can get 99 any kind of fruit.
Oh man!
Because it's our country. And my boy Bo died for 99 bananas.
In the pits.
He died in the burn pits of Iraq. So that we can sit here and we could drink 99 bananas and talk about the Flyers.
The hell.
Jesus Christ. Yo, hold up before we.
Matvei Michkov he's going to be a great player.
Biden probably is a Flyers fan, actually.
I mean, he's supposed to be.
He's a Phillies fan. He's an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
Yo, what do you think his wife is thinking watching him up there being abused?
Dude.
Sad.
It's sad. I mean, it honestly is sad because like this guy should have just called it quits years ago. Like
he should have never ran in 2020.
He had a long. I mean, I'm not a fan of Joe Biden personally,
right?
For obvious, whatever. He's just like a corporate Democrat, whatever. But it's like, but he had like a long, successful career in politics, and he could have gone out being like the Obama VP that everyone liked.
Oh, he's eating ice cream.
And
just being funny and comical.
Just rode off into the sunset. He could have been just losing his mind on a beach somewhere, being doing whatever. But
in Rehoboth,
had to fucking run for president, and now he's just spending his final years on Earth being like the laughing stock of the country. Even though I don't even this is the funny part, is like I don't even think that his administration has been that bad.
No.
But relatively?
No.
Speaking?
They've done some stuff.
Yeah.
Some good things.
It's like, but yeah, I mean, it's just like.
I think anybody that's 80, I mean, retirement age is now up to what, 66, 67? And if he does get elected, he'll be 21 years over that. He's already, 10, 17 years over that? So it's a lot. He's 84.
Yeah.
Old.
Yeah, so he's pushing it. And I think it's more so, I don't know. We don't need to get into the whole political thing, but I feel like it's more so a shame of the Democratic Party for not producing a candidate during the 4 years that Trump was president. If you were like, wow, we really can't stand Trump, the best you had in those 4 years
this old fart, this old geezer?
Was a guy that was retired.
Yeah. It just kind of goes to show you that it doesn't really matter like who the president is. It's more like the people around him.
But but it shows that that's what they're. But that's what I'm saying. Like they pushed a person. They pushed someone in there to like assume the role as a Band-Aid, which is what he ran on. As I'm just here to do my 4 years. I don't want to be here. I'm retired. I'm just doing it so that he doesn't win it again. And he won. And the Democrats sat for 4 years and couldn't think of a viable candidate to replace Biden. So they're like, well, Joe, shit, get out there, dog. Do it again. And he's out there like, fuck, I can't,
Yeah.
What do you expect? The dude's 84 years old. Like,
well,
he didn't choose this life.
This is what they get for rat fucking Bernie, Ben.
Yeah, Bernie would have won in 2016. We never would have been here. Trump never would have won.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, he did lose the popular vote still.
I mean, they may have. Yeah. I mean, Bernie may have won in 2016. The CIA probably would have killed him 2 years later, but, it would
Tough,
have been.
man. That's America, baby.
Yo, hold up real quick. Do we have time for this debate? Speaking of debates, it's like, are we all in agreement here?
We got a little bit. We
talked about this the other day.
What's this?
Your favorite body of water. The lake?
Oh, yeah.
The beach.
The lake, the beach.
The
pool.
Was that it? Or tubing?
Did we talk about this Friday night?
We talked about it at some point. I was getting worked up. I think it was Sunday.
Sunday.
I've never done the tubing thing.
Tubing's ass, dude.
No, I think the beach is my favorite.
Yeah.
Because I've been on some pretty nice beaches. I'm not going to lie. You get a good beach. Nothing really beats a beach.
Trevor, where you at? You were sworn against the beach. You woke up Sunday morning. You said, I'm never going to the beach again.
We were
I was serious.
We were like, I don't want to get a bite to you. You were like, I want to go home.
I was just frustrated because of the sunburn. I was not myself.
You were not. I never seen you so grumpy.
Yeah, you were grouchy as hell.
You woke up, you said
if you guys got sunburn as bad as I was, you would have been grumpy too.
You were like, I'm going home. We're like, bitch, we drove you here. You're not going anywhere. We're going to the bar. We're not.
Yeah, I was very grumpy, but that's fine. But no, I do like. I mean, as much as it has pained me, I would probably say the beach, just because I think that being able to look out into the ocean is very nice.
Yeah.
Lakes are like kind of pleasant, but they don't offer any kind of, you don't really get to ponder the mystery of the universe like you do when you look out into the ocean. You know,
I feel like a lake is.
There's so much unknown out in the ocean. It like makes you really think about some things.
Also, a lake is hit or miss because sometimes you get a lake that you can not see the other end, but then the water's kind of shitty. So you're like, I don't know if I want to go in this water because it's like kind of stagnant.
Dude, I will say other thing, lakes sometimes. Like I've never like, I mean, granted, I haven't been to I don't go to the beach like a lot, but whenever I walk out into the ocean, you know, I'm never like worried about stepping on shit. Whereas like lakes, I feel like always have some fucking shit in the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm always worried about stepping on some fucking bullshit.
Like glass and
like,
nails.
Yeah, because people like throw things in the lake and then they just stay there. There's nowhere for it to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the ocean pulls it back.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm always like worried about like fucking up my feet if I would, you know, go into a lake. And then like
in the ocean, you might step on a shell once in a while, but
but usually shells like they're not gonna like cut you up.
They had that one boat though off Wildwood that like tipped over and all those medical needles spilled out and they all spilled onto the beach.
Oh,
so
Jesus!
They had to like shut down the beach for like a week or two because they were like literally trying to find a needle in a fucking.
You just walk down the beach like, oh, I feel like I'm back in Philly, baby. Feel like I'm back on the L platform.
Except it's underneath sand, so you're like, wow, this is great. You're like, ooh, what the hell was that? You're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Ouchies.
And it was...
You get stuck with it.
It ended up being a whole thing because, like, some hospital was, like, offshoring their fucking waste, their medical waste.
Fuck.
And just dumped... Yeah, it poured up on the beach.
Oh my God! I never knew that. When did this happen?
Years ago. But that's why the beach is so long. They just keep putting more. They're like, let's cover up some sand.
That makes sense.
No big deal. No, I'm playing. That part was a bit.
Wildwood.
But yeah, man, Wildwood beaches, baby. You never know what you're gonna find out there.
We gotta get the infrastructure.
Yeah.
We're gonna cover up all the needles with more sand. We gotta bring more sand down to the beach. Cover up the needles.
But I like the ocean.
The kids are stepping on them. Probably
the lake second. I do like tubing if you're moving.
I don't think I've ever been tubing. For real.
I don't like tubing. So I would agree. I like the beach and the ocean the most. Because here's the thing, man, right? We were talking about this in the group chat too, and people were saying the beach was horrible. The beach has so many more activities than just going to the beach. When you go to the lake, unless you're camping there, what are you doing? You're going to the lake and you're going home.
Or unless you
when you go tubing, you're just going down a river, then you're going home.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah, that's true.
In a pool, you're wherever the pool is. You can't go anywhere else.
A pool serves a purpose. Yeah. When you're really hot and just want to cool off,
a pool is great if you're in the city or somewhere where you're not near water.
I do like enjoy just being at a shore town.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, to me are all pretty much the same. If I'm being honest, like, they're all the differences are marginal.
They're all adjacent. That's true.
Some of them are dry.
They all. You
some
go
of them
back,
are dry. That's the difference.
There's a street called Atlantic Ave and a street called Pacific.
Yeah, there's a couple Irish pubs there.
Yeah.
You know.
But-
Unless you're in Ocean City, then they dry.
Well,
But
okay,
it's
but
like-
we don't frequent those places.
But
you
the
know?
thing of like the beach, like walk a couple blocks off the boardwalk, whatever, you can go into a bar, you can get some good fucking seafood.
Right.
You can get like a fucking burger with lump
That's what I'm
crab meat
saying.
on
There's
it.
so much more to do at the beach.
There's like there's a certain culture there that you can like
You can go ride rides.
yeah,
Right.
there's like you can do shit, you can eat some good stuff. If you're going to a lake or a pool, you're pretty much just coming there with what you brought there and you come back with that. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
you know, yeah. There's
The
nothing
beach
else.
the beach is an event. Like the beach is more than just attending and swimming. It's an event.
Yeah.
There's so much more to do.
People watching. You can bring games down to the beach.
Yeah. I mean, you can bring games to a lake too, but
Not the same.
it isn't the same. No,
No.
I agree. But
You want to
yeah,
see the Fudgy Wudgy Band walk around. You want to go, I don't know.
a lake doesn't have a boardwalk.
No.
We were playing games on the boardwalk. We saw Matty Beam on the
You
boardwalk.
won on the boardwalk.
Yeah, I won on the boardwalk. I put that Sonic in the washer.
Dude, I was like
He was
this.
crusty
I
as
was
hell.
like this close. I thought I had it.
You
but-
got to get your game up, dude. You got to be nice like me.
Yeah, I mean, you must like hit that bullseye. It was like a split second before I.
Yeah, I was banging it,
He
dude.
got them good ass eyes. He said, Psst.
It's the contacts and that drummer hand or eye coordination. I was like, bzzz.
I was like this. I said, shake it. I said, where's I going at? Nah, I fucked up. I thought I had it in the bag, but
Everyone did good. But nah, man, the beach is superior. There's more to do.
Yeah.
Plus,
I just think, I just think like being able to look at and stand in the ocean is really good.
plus most beaches aren't buggy. Some you'll go to, they'll have flies for sure.
only on the Bay Breeze
But
I found.
you go tubing in a lake, mosquitoes nipping at you probably the whole way.
Yeah.
You go swimming in the
Alligators,
lake,
hogs,
mosquitoes.
geese. You got poop everywhere.
Yeah.
Plus,
cassowaries.
lake people are different than beach people. Lake people, you got.
The
Yeah,
pool.
you're
You
going.
never know
you're,
what you get with lake person,
yeah,
but
you're going down tubing. All of a sudden, you hear.
For
For
real.
yeah,
That's how I feel.
yeah, that's just you're like, oh, that's a little weird over here. But at the beach, you're like, we're all level playing field. Like
What
everyone's,
brings you down
we're
here?
all good here. There's a lifeguard. I feel all right.
This
You
is
get,
your first time
Yeah.
at the lake.
you got a lake. You got some lake people are built different.
Bunch of fucking
Yeah.
freaks.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of freaks, you go to the pool and some kid done pooped in the pool.
Oh no, hell no.
Yeah.
I
Which-
can't do pools.
I will do.
Absolutely not.
I used to
Isn't
really
there
love a
not
pool.
chlorine though to like kill
No.
the poop? No, all right.
Yeah.
Not when
all right.
big
No,
ass
I know
turds
that. I'm
floating
just-
around in the
I'm
water.
asking for the viewers, not for me. I know that.
There was a time where I really enjoyed like the smell of chlorine at like an indoor pool. Just like
Ew.
the same part of me that
You can't get
Indoor?
high off it.
Well, it was like, I don't know. I feel like when I was a kid, I used to love that smell, and I also used to love the smell of like gasoline when you pulled into
Oh, I
a
used
gas
to love
station.
the
I love
smell of
gasoline.
You
gas.
just
Yeah.
kind of get in there like.
I might still like it.
I don't really like it anymore.
I love
don't
car
really
paint,
the
gasoline.
the chlorine
Oh, man.
smell anymore. I've grown up.
The fresh smell of
I'm
car
not
paint.
addicted to these terrible toxic
So
smells
good.
anymore, but I used to be.
Hey, the gasoline smell still gets me.
I love
Yeah.
gasoline. Ooh-wee. Not like
Yeah,
that.
pumping was
I love the
leaks, like-
smell of gasoline in the morning.
Spray paint, any kind of like,
Yeah,
really any kind of gas.
Anything
kind
that
of
puts a
smell.
hole in the ozone layer.
You
smells
trying to
pretty good.
huff? You're trying to huff on the pod.
Well, I grew up in an auto body shop.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah, we just gotta get a paper.
Paint thinner.
Yeah,
You-
Nick- yeah, I
You,
said-
think
Drive in a-
gasoline? You think gasoline's good?
Next
Paint
time we gotta
thinner.
get a.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
That's a whole-
forget-
It's a whole different ball game.
Forget shots of 99 bananas. Next time something good happens, we gotta get a paper bag and
Yeah.
a thing of paint thinner, man.
Yeah, man.
We'll be like we're down at Jeffro doing nitrous.
I like paint thinner, but yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I think that's just gonna about do it for us tonight, everybody. Please leave us a 5-star rating and a review wherever you get a podcast. Give us a subscribe on YouTube. Give us a follow on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Send us an email at citywidepod@gmail.com. And from all of us here at the Citywide, good morning, good afternoon, good night.
I don't know what he said. I don't know if he knows what he said.
Michkov, baby.